What's going on, everybody? Well, it has been an eventful day here on the farm. So I run out earlier and picked up a single bottom plow. I still got it here in the bed of my truck. So yeah, I went and picked this up. It's in pretty good shape, and I think it'll do exactly what I need it to do here on the farm. I wasn't looking for anything too robust because I just don't think the old Kubota will handle anything too substantial. It's not because it doesn't have the power. You just can't get that power to the ground because the damn thing's so light. So anyway, I pulled up in my truck and Charmin is standing right here. I had a pig over here somewhere. I see pigs back up over here. And Meriwether was out over by the tractor. And I had a sow down driving the boars crazy, a couple down in this other little pasture here. So yeah, it was pretty much farm gone wild. I'll show you why it happened. And it's, once again, it's my own fault. You know, you put stuff on your list, you're like, I'll get to that tomorrow. I'll get to that tomorrow. I mean, I'm a procrastinator. Stepped out of my truck and just came straight up the hill. Luckily, Meriwether turned tail and ran back out into the pasture. Charming moseyed over when I gave him some feed. I called the pigs and the bulk of them ran straight up, right back out into the pasture. And then Clara went down and got a few stragglers and brought them back up. So, you know, not a big deal. It unfortunately happens. But why it happened, I'll show you. When I put this on, I wasn't sure this is where the latch was going to stay or not. Because I was thinking I was going to have to move it down a little bit because of how much the pigs push on the bottom of the gate. I knew I wasn't going to be able to mount it this high. In theory, when you mount one of these, you want to mount it to where these two bolts here kind of straddle this crossbar. Well, as you can see, I don't have it there right now. And I wasn't sure if I was going to move it to here or if I was going to have to move it further down. You know, or do something, or do something here in the middle is what I was going to say. Let me finish a thought before I run to the next one. Now, there's a hole in this, and that's where you can tap for a bolt to go through that to keep this from spinning. So, needless to say, what happened is somebody got up here against the gate and ended up spinning that latch. Gate swung wide open, and everybody come out to enjoy grass on the other side of the fence. Now I have this chain on here right now, just in case it happens again, because I'm obviously not going to do anything with it today. The simple fix is going to be just moving this down. And I think if I just move it down to here and remount this, it's going to be fine. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal to reach down there to pull this. It got the old blood pressure, you know, the heart rate up. So, not what you want to see when you first get home is your critters out running wild. Luckily, none of them are down the hill and heading towards the road or anything. Get my forks on and go up and get that plow out of the back of the truck. Yeah, there she is, all unloaded. I mean, it's a good size single bottom plow. Far from perfect, if there is such a thing. Now, I am not necessarily wise in the way of the moldboard plow, but I don't see anything with this one that causes me any concern. Make sure I get it set up right on the tractor, and I know there's ways that you can manipulate your 3-point to get it to set more off to the side. So I'll just have to tool around with it. But yeah, it was, I mean, it's heavy. Luckily it wasn't so heavy, me and the other old boy couldn't pick it up and get it in the back of the truck. 33 horsepower tractor. If I can get the thing to squat down with those tires and pull this, we shouldn't have an issue. So we're not that kind of farm where we're doing traditional tillage and plowing and planting and harvesting and anything like that. And if you've watched this channel, you definitely know that for sure. But some of the ground we want to work is definitely compacted. This plow will give us the opportunity to get some of that turned over. We can start putting amendments to the soil. I'll have to work out a way to do some tillage, and we may have to do that for a couple seasons. Now, what we want to do is once we get the ground to where it's good is subjective. It depends on where you're at, how poor the soil is, what really needs to be done to it. We'll leave it alone. This probably wouldn't get used again on that spot. But once you get life going in your soil, the last thing you want to do is plow it. You don't want to till it. You want good soil with lots of life in it, and not just earthworms and stuff like that, but there's biology in there. There's microbes and things like that start to get going. And you don't put artificial fertilizers on soil like that. You add compostable materials and let the microbes, let the worms, let Mother Nature do her thing and continue to build the soil. And once you've got it to the point to where it's good soil, you don't want to come in with a plow and start messing those things up. Now, there are gardeners who garden a plot of earth every year. In the fall, they come in with a plow. They'll plow that thing over. They'll do tillage in the spring. They plant. Crops are great. Everybody's happy, and they do it year after year after year after year. Now, I don't know what kind of amendments they're doing, if they're putting artificial fertilizers in. I don't care. You do you. I'll do me, and everybody's going to be happy. So there's not really a right or wrong answer to this, but there's a million different ways to do it, I guess is what I'm getting at. I don't know how many years I'll have to plow or till. Some people say you only have to do it once. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if I'm sure this ground has been plowed and tilled at some point. I know it was used for hay. Plowing isn't the devil. Tilling earth is not the devil. There's a lot to be said for using those techniques. They've been used all throughout human history. One practice you want to get into is putting more into the soil than what you're taking away. Like I said, I've been mowing this pasture for 6 years now, and I have not taken anything from it. Everything has been left behind in the form of, clippings, and there's manure, and nothing has been taken from the pastures at all. So is that helping build soil health? Yes. Is the soil in great condition? No, it's not. It may need a little bit of help. And it may require me at some point to actually till this pasture and break up some of the soil, some of the topsoil, get some of the compaction taken care of, and put some fresh seed down and just give this thing a jump start. So that's going to be probably somebody a hell of a lot smarter than I am helping me sort all that out. There's just a lot to know. Be a farmer. Stuff's not easy. doing, Pipsqueak? Now you staying out of trouble? Well, these things can stay hot for a while. I didn't do nothing but turn a little bit of that over, and it is still more than cooking down in there. Pulled some of this stuff out from around it. I mean, that was a big old log a few days ago, and it's just reduced down to that little bit now. I'm sure it's still well hot down in those coals. Little bit scary. Is that right, Mama Cow? I mean, if I knew for a fact it was going to rain tomorrow, I'd call the call center and scoop up some of these hot coals and go over there and dump them on that pile to see if it'd get that thing going. It probably would. Then I'd be out here babysitting it all night. Yeah, not really feeling that. Oh boy. What's going on, buddy? Well, you want to be friendly, you just don't know what to do. All right, well, I just turned a couple of these logs over that have been sitting in this pile since last weekend, and boy, she started right back up, so goes the cow. I said, I don't want no part of that. So I grabbed a few of the bigger sticks laying around here. I mean, there ain't no shortage of them. I'm gonna burn some of this up, and then I'll cover this up again and just let it go back to smoldering. I do not want to babysit this all night. This should burn down pretty fast. It's amazing how long these fires will stay hot down in there. I mean, hell, that coal bed's 3 foot high.